What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Full Moon Workshop. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're back again, I love you. This is, of course, pay what you can. It is donation only, so you can donate below. The link is below. And thank you for supporting my work. This is my only job. Wow. What a weird, strange energy in the world right now. This is a full moon in Aquarius. So we can be kind of going into two directions, okay? One can be like a downward spiral into dystopia, where we feel like everything is just chaos and loss and fear and anxiety, because that is really a low vibrational Aquarius energy. Or we can use this energy to connect with a higher vibration, and that is more about inclusivity, diversity, how we support each other and the collective as we reinvent a new approach for the world. Because the world as a whole, if you haven't noticed, is going through a collective rebirth. We're also struggling to deal with the powers that be, the people who have been taking advantage of us for so long, the people who want to remain in power and control, etc., because they're understanding that now a lot of the people, us, are waking up and understanding that like this system doesn't work. This idea of life doesn't work. I don't value these things anymore. And it's just like, we're trying to let go of the people, places, things, the projects, the commitments that hold us back or keep us stuck in fear, keep us stuck in this low appreciation or low payment or no credit or whatever. It's like we can't continue to work with that kind of energy. Now, because this full moon is at 1 degree Aquarius, that means it's really close to Capricorn, because Aquarius and Capricorn are on that cusp, right? So there's a lot of Capricorn energy around also. And because it's a full moon, we're feeling very emotional. So we can be getting really excited about the future. It's also Leo season, finally, thank God. So we have that shift in energy, that shift in vibration. Now it's more about showing up and authentically being ourselves, feeling better about what we are creating and making happen. A lot of results will start showing up for us, some money, opportunities, expansion, love, fun, flirty energy. So that's really good. But of course, Leo being a drama queen, we start with a really heavy full moon. So a lot of this energy can feel very overwhelming right now. Again, we can be experiencing both sides, where the positive is we're really excited and we're looking forward to everything that we're doing. But the other side is like really seeing how damaged we are, especially after Cancer season, when Cancer season brought a lot of awareness to our wounds and what needs healing, connected to the family, past loves, friendships, support, boundaries, self-priority, self-care, how we establish energetic and emotional boundaries with other people. So we've gone through this struggle for the last I signed 4 months. I meant 4 weeks, but the last 4 months have also been really intense. Hoo chow. But now is a really good opportunity, 6 of coins, to figure out how to establish those new boundaries, because Leo season is here. Leo is connected to the sun is connected to our identity. So if you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? The point is you are having a new identity emerge, and you have new things that you want to create for yourself. You want to expand in new ways. You want to meet new people. You want to establish yourself in new ways. And that means what? Well, we need to establish better boundaries. Those boundaries, how do we figure them out? Well, we had to reflect through Cancer season on all of the boundaries that we didn't have strong enough up until now. And because of that, we had, not really good experiences with other people, love, friends, work, whatever. So after Cancer season, we now have a lot of clarity about who we are becoming, what still needs healing, why we need to heal because we didn't have the proper boundaries or whatever to begin with. And not for everything, of course. Like sometimes if you're really young or whatever, you don't have power in the same way as adults. So if you were taken advantage of or whatever, even from another lover or something from the past, it doesn't need to be childhood, but it could be, of course. Could also be like multiple things that now we're just really aware, wow, that really deeply wounded me. And I've had time to understand more about why I feel that way. And because I now have that knowledge, I can establish better boundaries for other relationships and other interactions moving forward. Well, Leo season is going to give you that boost of confidence, and you're going to feel more ready to make those hard decisions. Justice reverse, Four of Swords reverse, because now we've already paid off a lot of the karma, like it's done. Those old contracts, agreements, connections, maybe some of you are moving, so a lease, etc. It's like all of these things, you learned what you had to learn over the past 6 months and more. So it's like Knight of Cups, we are ready for new offers. We are ready for new love. We are ready for new connections, work agreements, etc. And it's all coming for sure. I think Leo season is going to really be like, pumped up for all of us because we've been waiting to expand. We've been waiting for the new. And like for myself personally, I've already seen like my new apartment come. We're getting a storefront open. We found that. I want to get a car, that is getting ready. So it's like boom, boom, boom. Like all of these things are finally lining up, but I've been waiting for so long and I've been so frustrated and upset and angry and all these other things. So it's been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. Wow, excuse me. Throat chakra, itchy. Speak your truth. It's not time to hold back. If you need to say something, if you want to establish yourself in a new way, you have to speak it into existence. And then other people now know what you mean, what you need, what you want. And if they can't match that, then you're just gonna say, bitch, I'll find another person who will match that. And you'll have the confidence to disconnect and to move forward in new ways. So this is a really good Leo season vibe. But of course, it's mixed with that full moon in Aquarius. Okay. This full moon is sandwiched between two other planets. One is Pluto, and the other one is Saturn, I believe. Give me 1 second. Let me double check that. Where are my notes? Where are my notes? Where's Daddy's notes? Major aspects. Moon between Pluto and Saturn. Yes. Okay, so we were right. So the moon is in the middle, and then we have Pluto and Saturn on either side of it. So there's a lot of influence coming from these two planets. Why? Because Pluto and Saturn are both working together to recreate new structures. Pluto is death and rebirth. It's also fear, anxiety, deep subconscious old programs, and those old programs and old belief systems are tied to Aquarius energy. Why? Because Aquarius is air energy. Air energy is connected to our thoughts, our ideas. It is mental, and it is fixed air energy, which means what? Old stories, ideas, belief systems that we really believe, that we really support, or up until now, we really supported them. We really believed them. That was the story. That was just life. That was who I am. That was my struggle. That was my responsibility. That was what I had to do because another person told me I had to do it. So I accepted that and I just, followed it, and I just followed it. And it's like, now we're throwing everything on pause and we're asking, what the fuck? Like, do I even really believe that? We're asking all these new questions because the North Node is in Gemini, and Gemini loves to ask questions. Gemini is very curious. Gemini is also connecting with community and new people who have new ideas and opinions, and Gemini can hold a lot of complex ideas at the same time, so it can filter out what it feels is right and what it feels is wrong. That will change depending on your soul journey and path, of course, but who you are today is different than who you were last year or 6 months ago, around December, January, February, when all of this energy really started to come up and to start showing itself. Well, now it's really culminated and we see what has to change. Our behaviors, our old belief systems, the old stories, the old ideas that we've been trying to let go of. I will always be broke. I am not good enough. I don't deserve love. I'm this, whatever. It's time to let that go. And this full moon in Aquarius will help us because we are supported to let go of old fixed air energy. So old, outdated thoughts, ideas, structures, etc. That is what we are supported to let go of. And a double whammy is that in 4 weeks, we'll have a second full moon in Aquarius. Of course, because we need double support to let go of all these old routines, addictions, habits, maybe things that were given to us from our family because they didn't want to heal it themselves. So they gave it to us and we've really struggled for a long time, but maybe specifically more over the past 6 months because the new moon in Aquarius would have been 6 months ago. So things would have started to really come up then. And now it's like, you can't ignore it. It has to change. So that is a little bit of the vibe here. The numerology is nice because it's July, so the 7th month. So 7, it is also the 23rd. So 2 and 3 equals 5. So we have 7 and 5. And then 2021 is 5 again. So 5 and 5 equals 10, 7 equals 17. If you're like, what are you talking about? Just wait, I'll always explain everything. 17 reduces to 1 and 7, which equals 8. 8 is higher knowledge. 8 is connected to as above, so below. So this is literally your higher self helping to give you information, give you new ideas and inspiration to move in a new path, move in a new direction. And that direction is divinely guided and supported. God, fate, destiny, whatever, your angels, your guides, they are here supporting this change. Let it happen. And whatever is coming up for you over the next 4 weeks, that is what we will have a double dose, a full moon in Aquarius again in a month to support that release, because it's hard, especially when you believe something for like 30 years and like now you have to let it go. You know what I mean? I say 30 years because this past December, Saturn and Jupiter came together, and that happens every 30 years. That's it. So this is a huge, huge cycle that we are starting again. We are still taking baby steps, but it will happen. Okay, so open up, get ready for all of the blessings that will come with Leo season, but get ready to do that deep work with releasing these old belief systems about maybe you not thinking you deserve all of the best things or whatever the stupid story is in your mind. I have it too, I get it. So that is that. I'm gonna pull one moon card. Okay. A time to give rather than take. A time to give rather than take. I really think it's more about giving to yourself. What you need right now is sort of the message that I'm feeling. It's like, give yourself the time to release these things because it's not easy. I don't think that we need to be adding more things to our plate right now. So for example, it says, give, don't take. Like, I feel like it's more don't accept. Don't accept more shit on your plate because we're already feeling overwhelmed. We're already trying to navigate this new path. We're already trying to do the deep work and letting go of these old things that we've been struggling to let go of for some time now. And there's a lot of like collective and worldly overwhelming energy. So it's like, don't add more things onto your plate right now. Leo season for me is more about enjoying everything you've been working for up until now. So take a break. It's the middle of summer. Stop, smell the roses. You know what I mean? Like, don't continue to accept more work, more things, more. Like, you don't always need more. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what you need to evaluate. Like, why do you think you always need to keep going? Why do you think you always need more? Why do you think you can't rest? Because if you rest, everything you've worked for will be gone because you'll miss opportunities. Like, those are old stories. Those are old belief systems. Where is that from? That is tied to the Aquarius energy. These frozen thoughts that I can't stop. And trust me, I struggle with that also. I really do, because I'm just brainwashed like that because I'm from North America, where it's like go. It's like, it's not healthy, it's not right, it's not fucking normal. You know what I mean? So anyways, okay, what we're going to do now, let me just review these notes quick. Yeah, so overall, the energy here is that we're really being asked to focus on how to establish ourselves in new ways so we can break these old patterns, break these old systems, and break these old structures that don't benefit us now. Aquarius is connected to the 11th house in astrology, which is tied to long-term structures. Saturn is influencing this full moon also with Pluto, as I talked about earlier, and we have that rebirth, that death, that release from Pluto, but Saturn is helping us establish new routines, structures, commitments, etc. And Saturn energy is connected to long-term also. So we have a double whammy of long-term energy here that we're being asked to focus on, okay? So just keep that in mind. We also just had Venus move into Virgo, so a lot of focus on health and what makes us feel valued and appreciated, and how we give and receive love, and all of the minute details in our life and our expectations. But it can also be very nitpicky and self-loathing. So just be careful with that kind of energy as well. I'm going to cap that there. We are going to start now with the energy clearing. I am moving in like 3 days, so I don't have everything here in front of me. So today's gonna be a little bit different. I'm going to use a sound bowl. The sound will just play, and I'm going to do the energy clearing myself without the bowl this week, just the audio. And yeah, that's it. So before we start that, if you want to pause on my face, you can go and grab a pen and a paper if you don't have one, because that is all you need. And if you missed that, sorry. Okay, so let's start. I always like to acknowledge that the majority of people here are settlers on this land, and Indigenous people were here before us. So it is our responsibility in reconciliation to include them in those discussions and figure out how to collaborate in a better way moving forward. Second to that, deaf people are real and they like to be involved. So add captions to your video, to all of your content, and hire an interpreter if you can for an event, if and when you are hosting an event next. I'm going to start with the energy clearing. So I'm going to play some sound bowls. You can just close your eyes, and I want you to just envision that there's a green fire burning in front of you on the ground, and you have a gold comb. You're going to start at the top of your head, and you're going to just, in your mind, or you can use your hands if you want, just combing down all of the negative energy, all of the energetic debris that is stuck to you, because we all have an aura. It is an egg-shaped energetic field around our body, and it picks up a lot of information and things that we don't need. So we're going to cleanse that and clear that out. I'm going to use Reiki symbols to help clear, and you can just visualize the combing and tossing everything into that green fire in front of you, okay? So comb it down and toss it in. We are going to start that now. Now I want you to just envision white light is pouring down on top of you. Now, keeping your eyes closed, we're going to do a silent meditation today. I'm just going to ask you to visualize a few things, but we're not going to have the supported music this week because I just felt like we needed to do more silent for some reason, so I'm going to follow that. But keeping your eyes closed, I want you to envision a person or an idea. Maybe it represents a company, a job, a relationship. But I want you to think about someone or something in your life that you do, but now you're really wondering, why do you do that? So what comes to mind when you think about behaving some type of way, or engaging with someone, or needing to show up to do a job that you don't want to be doing? What comes to mind when you think about that kind of energy? Is it a person you feel obligated to support? Is it a job that you really don't like, but you show up because you think you have to do it, or because you think that you can't make money doing something else? Is it family? Is it something your family told you that you had to believe for so long because maybe your family actually believed it, but you don't believe it? What comes up when we think about that? Now, to take it one step further, where did that thought or idea or belief system come from? If you can't identify it, that's fine, but it's good that you're thinking about, why do I even think this? Why do I do that? Why do I feel obligated? You don't need to know where it comes from, but it's good to identify at least the behavior or the perceived obligation. So what I want you to do is to think about that person or that energy or that connection, and maybe give it a color. So let's say you give it the color black, or a dark red. Whatever the color is, or whatever the energy looks like for you, I want you to just visualize that you have a balloon in your pocket and you're going to pull out the balloon, and I want you to put it on your mouth, and all of that energy, all of that color that represents that experience that we don't want to continue doing, I want you to inhale and exhale all of that energy into the balloon. So let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And now exhale it all into the balloon. And when you're done exhaling and the balloon is full, I want you to flip it upside down, tie it off, and like helium, it's going to float away. So I want you to just see that balloon being released, lifting up to the sky, and drifting away. we're going to set in motion the release of these old programs, of these people, places, or things that don't benefit us moving forward. So now the second thing I want you to do is to think about something that influences your health. It can be tied to an old belief system, an old routine, behavior, a fear, an addiction. Maybe it's something that doesn't even look bad, but you've just done it for so long and now you're starting to question it. Maybe it's tied to how much you work. Do you need to be working 40, 50, 60 hours a week? Do you not take enough time for yourself because you believe that you can't or that you don't deserve it? Maybe you still eat a lot of meat or dairy or coffee, or you drink a lot of alcohol. And now you're wondering, why do I do that? Why do we always have to celebrate with alcohol? Why do I need to eat meat every meal? Or dairy or this or that? Why do I do these things? And now, to take it one step further, can you identify where that belief system started? Is it because collectively, as a community, we've always done that? Is it because Hollywood shows us that you need to pop champagne every time there's something good happening? Is it because your family, your ancestors always ate meat? They always drank coffee, or they always did something. And I'm not saying you have to clear it out 100%. But we're trying to find a new structure, a new routine, new balance. So whatever the idea is or the energy is that you're thinking of that's influencing your health, something that's not great and we want to release it, I want you to think about that energy, maybe give it a color, and I want you to inhale as we build it and pull it in. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And in your mind, I want you to pull out another balloon and exhale all of that energy into the balloon. And we fill the balloon, and we fill the balloon, and we fill the balloon. And then we turn it, we tie it off, and we release it. And we watch it drift off into the distance. And now the last thing I want you to do is to think about work or money or finances. Maybe you live constantly in a scarcity mindset, thinking you don't have enough, you'll never have enough, you're not worthy of receiving. What is the old idea that you carry connected to money or connected to how you can make money? Maybe you wanted to be an artist or a tarot card reader, and your family told you that's not a good idea. You can't do that. It's impossible. So you've carried this idea that it's impossible, that you'll never be able to do that. It's like, why? Who told you that? Where does that idea come from? I want you to hold that energy. I want you to identify those blocks and those old belief systems, and I want you to call them in while we take an inhale. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And in your mind, pull out a third balloon and exhale all of that energy into this balloon and fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, turn it over, tie it off, and let it go. And as we watch this balloon drift off and we feel this internal energetic shift, I want you to send gratitude to everyone and everything up until now that has helped you understand yourself better, that has helped you get here. It wasn't a waste of time. It wasn't a waste of energy. It was meant to happen for you, not to you, but for you, to help you develop a better understanding of yourself. So I want you to say thank you for that. And secondly, I want you to forgive all of these people and all of these situations so that you can find more peace and you can move forward more easily. You're not carrying the burden of guilt or shame or anger. We're letting it go. So we're going to take one more deep inhale now. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And release, 2, 3, 4. And when you're ready, I invite you to move your head, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes, and welcome back. So what I want you to do now is to grab your pen and your paper, and I want you to write down on July 23rd or whatever day you take this, under the full moon in Aquarius, I will begin to release the following. And then just put down your list, and then we're done. Okay, so you can pause now on my face. If you missed it, sorry. Welcome back. That's it. I don't do personal readings right now. So if online someone is asking you, they are a scam account. Don't follow, don't respond, don't send them any money, nothing. Okay. I will never send you a DM or inbox you and ask you to give me money. It's just not going to happen. Second to that, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Send this to your friends, your family, whatever. It's a really intense time right now, so we could all use the support. And if you want to take the Leo season workshop, the link is below. The pay what you can donation link is below, and everything else you need is below. I love you. I will see you in 2 weeks for a new moon in Leo. Let's go, bitch. Litty, titty, lions out. Ciao, 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 ciao. Thank you for coming. Are we still here?